Hi, my name's Matt Franklin and I'm the Commercial Director at Avasam. You're watching this video because you're interested in joining us as a supplier. And so here we go. Avasam is simple. We're a B2B dropship marketplace in the UK. So we're sourcing product from UK suppliers and selling through UK sellers to UK customers. We connect professional online retailers to brand owners on various platforms. They generate the sales and handle the front end customer support, and you nominate where your products and which products are sold where. So you're in control of what products are in the range, you're in control of the pricing that's sold to the sellers, and which channels they sell through. We automate the order flow, the payments, the shipping instructions, and the inventory synchronization. In terms of the kind of brands that we've got on the platform, so in total we've got over 100,000 products on the platform through 18 categories, over 100 suppliers now with many brands. So I've just listed a few with the different kind of categories they're on. So you'll register that some of those bigger brands at the top, they're actually locked into a peer-to-peer arrangement. So some of our suppliers are working with a specific seller there's an agreement in place, and they're just using Avasam as the platform to load product and to take orders through. But all the other products and all the other brands that you can see there, they're coming from all kinds of companies, whether they're the actual manufacturers, the brand owners, aggregators, importers, or distributors. In terms of, we've been around for now 3 years in the UK, and we've built up a good reputation for what we do. We've got some really strong business links with people like the Forbes Business Council. Tejas, our owner, is on that council. Big Commerce is a website platform that we have got some great innovation with, as well as people like Barclaycard. Now, dropshipping is one of those things where it's now becoming the norm now. So I'm going to skip over this slide, but basically it's where a supplier provides product onto our platform and we sell onto a seller who sells to the end customer. The order then flows back through and the supplier dispatches out to the end customer. But I've got a much better slide coming through. And why is it good for you? So I've mentioned again in terms of you, the supplier, and our online sellers and where they sell. And this gives you a bit more of a graphical representation of the kind of channels that we sell through. So WooCommerce, Big Commerce and Shopify, independent web shops, and also eBay, Amazon, Wish, OnBuy, Groupon, more like the marketplaces that maybe you're already on. And don't worry about if you're already on Amazon, because we have a way to restrict certain channels as well, and I'll come on to that shortly. So we're going to talk about how Avasam works and the process of coming on board. So there's a supplier registration form. Once you've filled that in, my team will get in touch with you and will help you onto the platform. They'll audit the products, they'll make sure the pricing's correct, make sure that the imagery is correct and the copy makes sense, and help you all the way through to launching the products on Avasam. Now, in terms of pricing and what you should price your products at, look, there's no right or wrong answer here, but as a guideline, you take the retail price or the selling price, the market price, and then you take 25% off that, and that's what we would recommend as being almost like the wholesale price that you would put on. That's what the seller pays. Now, what you've got to build into that is a couple of things. So, first of all, you've got to decide whether you want to put the postage cost into the product cost or if you want it separately. Now, we can do either or. We can actually set up rules around postage based on weight or based on order value. My preference is always keep it simple. So where it makes sense and you haven't got a low value product portfolio, then I would always suggest putting the postage into the product cost. It makes it nice and simple, and I actually market it in as an advantage but it's at your choice. You can decide which way to do it. The other thing is, Avasam takes a commission, and basically that's 6% plus VAT off the order price. So the order is including the product and the postage. So that you've got to build that into your calculations in terms of the price that you're going to put onto our platform. So you can either just know that you're building it in somewhere else, but at the point where we're paying you, we'll take 6% plus VAT off that order invoice. So in terms of the flow, you've dropped your product inventory and your product feed into Avasam. We do a bit of marketing, and I'll come on to that in a second. Seller comes in, they source the product, and then they decide which products they're going to list on what channel. They sell to the end consumer. The consumer places their order. The seller then places the order on Avasam, and at that point, we take the money. So there's no credit risk or anything. So that goes into a payment gateway. We'll then send the supplier the order. The order is then dispatched out to the consumer. Once we've had confirmation of dispatch and the tracking details, we release the payment. Now, we do payments twice a month, currently on the 5th and the 21st of a month. And you'll get a breakdown of obviously all the orders and the invoice amount and the amount that was taken as commission. So total title of goods remains with you until you dispatch the goods, and merchant of record is the seller, and Avasam is the platform in between. And these are kind of the USPs that we can do for you as a supplier. So bespoke product matchmaking. So what that means is, regarding the top sellers that are on our platform, we have a good relationship with. We're talking to quite regularly, so we understand their strengths. We understand what they're good at selling, and if we bring on you as a supplier and you're in a particular category, then we'll reach out to certain sellers and say, look, we've got this new supplier on board. It's got these products. We believe that you're more suited to selling those products, and so we'll do a proper introduction into your business into them. From an increased exposure point of view, obviously, again, you're in control. So if you're dealing with Amazon directly, then you can restrict Amazon on the platform, and then you won't have any problems with any of our sellers piggybacking onto ASINs or trying to get the main promotional positions within Amazon. Now, I'll always say, don't worry about the other channels kind of thing, but it is, it's your decision. But approximately 70% of our business comes through eBay sellers, and they're very professional sellers. And what I've learned over the years is that Amazon's very good at the support mechanism it gives to brands in terms of the resources of account managers and the information flow. eBay, not so much. So why not let these eBay sellers actually take the hassle of selling on eBay and managing the marketing on eBay, and leave it up to them. I'll always ask you as a supplier to be active and proactive on the platform. So there are opportunities to promote your products. There's opportunities to be a part of emails and videos, and also to drive sellers by being visible. And by being visible, I mean you create new products every month, or you create discounts every month, and that will drive interest in your products. And I'll come on to that as we show you the platform itself. So we'll help you as well manage post sales as well. So after you've sold the goods, if there's any issues in terms of delivery or with the product, obviously the end customer will get in touch with the seller. The seller then creates a ticket on our platform. We try and help wherever possible, and we'll then, if we can't help and fix the problem, we'll pass those details onto your support mechanism to fix the problem. And that's really, a big point for us is we're not shy about having the relationship with both yourselves and the sellers. You know, we're very open, and we want to have those face-to-face opportunities. So from a seller point of view, they can contact us through phone, email, and the live chat that's on the platform, and the tickets. And with yourselves, you know, all suppliers are more than welcome to book meetings with myself or the team to explore what the opportunities are, or what the issues are. Once your product is actually on the platform, it's our job to really promote you to the sellers. So as I say, we'll send out marketing emails. There's an opportunity to do brand webinars. We also use social media to promote your product. So from a Facebook point of view, Instagram, Limworks, we drop weekly videos introducing new suppliers and products of the week onto those platforms to basically create interest in your brand and in your products. And as I've mentioned before, you are in control, so you can decide whether you want to sell on all platforms and have no restrictions, or, like it says there, have not permitted on Amazon section on your product pages. So what we need from you right at the very beginning is a breadth of inventory. I've seen over the years where suppliers have come on board and they've only got a handful of products. It doesn't really work, because you just don't get that visibility on the platform unless you've got a miracle product that you're not selling anywhere else, in which case, welcome on board. But in general, the more products you have, the better it is. From a margins point of view, I've referenced that it's 25%, but again, it can be more. We have some suppliers that use Avasam only, and they're not interested in going to Amazon or eBay themselves directly, so the margins are even better. Service will obviously need you to adhere to SLAs, and I can talk about that in a second, in terms of 24 hours to dispatch, having the right postage service, making sure that the products are there, and when tickets do come through, because some tickets do come through in terms of issues with product or queries on products, there's a timeline to respond to those as well. And obviously, I don't need to mention this, but product data is key. So ensuring that you've got the right imagery, fit for purpose, some really good strong copy, and have a good quality of stock is important. So before I jump onto the platform, I'll also explain, some of the fees of coming on board. So the initial fee is $9.99, and that might sound expensive, and you might say, I've never paid $9.99 before, and I've never paid to come on board a marketplace before. But that's because other marketplaces take their money elsewhere, maybe in incremental margins or other fees. We're very open with our information, so that $9.99 also includes an initial email and banner, and I'll talk about banners in a second, in terms of marketing you to the active sellers, and it also includes £300 worth of the annual subscription, which again is within that $9.99 figure. And then after that, you're only paying £300 a month. £300 a year, and then the 6% plus VAT, which is the commission. And that commission's so low because we do take some revenue from sellers subscribing to the platform. So that's why we're able to keep those figures as low as we can. And in terms of the presentation, so you'll also get a presentation with this video, which you can look at your leisure, but basically it follows through the processes, any FAQs, and then in the appendix it covers off the product flow, the order flow, payment flow, the data quality requirements. So this shows you from a point of view of what we need to fulfill the product information, the product feed, the KPI. So there's the information about the order dispatch time and the shipping times. You can have various shipping times on the platform, tracked, untracked. But just a note about that: if you have only untracked and your product doesn't, if the customer says I haven't received it, we'll favour the customer. If you're providing a track service where there's a proof of delivery, then we favour your side. So it's quite important. And I do realise that it does depend on the type of product that you're supplying. You can set your own promotions on the platform. We give you access to a supplier portal where you can control if you're manually updating the product feed. You can amend products, you can change pricing, you can set promotions in play. We'll also require from you a brand authorization letter that gives the authority to us and the sellers to use the content and around the product, so imagery and pictures, and you'll be able to say yes, you can use this brand. And there's different letters depending on whether you're a supplier that owns their own product or has unbranded product or has other people's branded goods. There's different letters to be filled in. And then at the very end, there is a rate card for marketing services. So you can look through this. We don't push this at all, but you can create your own banners, or we can create the banners for you. You can have your own Solus email. You can have your own video, your own blogs. We can improve your product content. We can index your products to the top of the list, which again I'll show you in 1 second, as well as being at the top of the supplier indexing. And the first month you come on board, we'll do you an analytics report to show you how many products have been sourced by our sellers, and whether, if any sales have gone through, or where the sales have gone through, which channel, is there a cancellation rate, is there a returns rate. So it gives you a lot more information, but ongoing, that's a chargeable service, but it's good information to tell you about our business. So I'm now going to pull across the link here to the platform. So once again, I can tell you that this is the seller platform, not the supplier platform. So this gives you a good indication of how we work. So we'll break down the year into monthly campaigns where, we'll theme the site and also the emails around what's going on in the marketplace. So at the moment, it's spring, summer, so we're talking about garden products, and at the back end of winter. So we're all about garden at the moment, and at the top this rotates as a carousel, but I'm just manually changing it. So we've got links into listing tools, my top 10 videos, winter products, heating products, and fitness and gym. So if I just take Love Your Garden as an example, when I click on this, it will go straight into that section of the catalogue. As I said, more than 100,000 products at any one time are live on the catalogue. In fact, there's probably 150,000 products in total, and we pick and choose which ones are there based on a seasonal point of view. From a supplier's point of view, when I say about when you come on board and you get an email and a banner, well, you'll get one of these banners, and you'll get one of these banners on the home page for 4 weeks in the prime position. So this is a new supplier that's come on board, and that'll be on there for 4 weeks. If you scroll across, it's all of our suppliers. So there's an opportunity there to index you further across. So the better you're performing, the more likely you'll be on the home page. And just give you an idea, we'll go into a supplier and we'll click on a product, and you can see even at the thumbnail stage it says this supplier is not permitted to sell their goods, or we're not permitted to sell those goods to a seller on Amazon. And going into the product page, we can have up to 9 images coming through on the product feed, close-ups on white backgrounds, some information about the product, some labels, or a PDF, or whatever it is to show off your products in the best way. You have the title of the product, the SKU, which is the Avasam SKU that's given. You'll also have a product ID, which is your ID number in the background. We can put the barcode, we don't have to, the quantity of goods, and in this instance that cost price includes the postage. So you can see here that postage is free. There's a delivery schedule of 5 to 6 days, and it's tracked service, and it's 5 to 6 days. It is a lot, and it's because it's live plants. And at this point we've got a short description, a long description. I think the supplier has used a very similar one there, but people have maybe shorter descriptions. You can also put related products when you come to do the product feed. And at this point, if I'm a seller, I can source this product straight away, and then I decide if I want to list it. But this is like building up a wish list, and you can do it individually, or you can do it as a bulk upload. Or if they want to place a manual order, they can just place add to cart, and they can just place a single order. So just going back to the product page there. So you can see all these products here, and these are all the ones from that one supplier. They've got about 300 in total. And this is what I mean about bulk sourcing. You know, they can just click on that, and I've only, in my visible screen, I've gone to 60 products, and I can source all 60 products if I wish. Going back to the home screen, the ways to for the sellers to source through the product is as normal, by category. So we've got 18 different categories, but even that in home, there's probably 60,000 products in home. So we make it even easier, and we've created these special tags, or we call them product picks. And basically, when you come on board as a new supplier, your products will fit into new products. They might fit into the top 10 because I've selected them for the video. And if you've got any discounts, they'll go into special offers. So you're very visible in the first 4 weeks of coming on the platform. If I just go into special offers, what do I mean by special offers? Well, basically, this is where a supplier has agreed to give a discount over the standard price of a certain amount of money. So this one happens to be 4%. This supplier is given 4% off all products for an amount of time. So valid until the 14th of April. And this is another good example of showing you where these guys haven't got postage included in their cost price. They've got two different postage options. They've got a 24-hour and they've got a 3 to 4 day option, and then they've got their prices listed there. So standard, tracked and expedited, and they've even done it where they've got an order value, so anything over £10, standard, tracked is free. So again, it gives you a good opportunity to get in front of the sellers, because there's probably about 500 or 600 products here, rather than a seller trying to look through 100,000 products. So what else did we do? Well, we also have created these videos to help the sellers understand the platform. So when they come on board, and we have about 2,000 new sellers every month, so we have to help them come on board. So there's an amount of academy videos to help them through that process. We write blogs, which helps drive traffic through to the business as well. And we've got technology partners that we work with, and again, that drives business, not just Shopify, but EKM, Wish, and eBay. So eBay's listing tool. So it gives you a bit of a flavour in terms of how the platform works and how it could benefit your product categories or your product or your brand on this platform. So hopefully that's answered a lot of your questions, but please feel free to book a meeting with myself and follow the links on the email that this video comes with, and look forward to bringing you on board and expanding your opportunities to sell in the UK. So thank you very much, and speak to you soon.